Welcome to Building Business with Soul with Coach Arliss. This is a show where we will dive into the soulful approach to business, get nerdy with some brain science, and learn the nuts and bolts of how business owners build success through their passion. Let's take a moment to get focused and centered with one round of box breathing, where we will breathe in for a count of 4, hold for a count of 4, and breathe out for a count of 4. Let's go ahead and begin. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 1, 2, 3, 4. And release for 1, 2, 3, 4. Fantastic. Great getting centered. Today, we're going to be focusing on growing and increasing our visibility. Visibility is about knowing how your audience could benefit from your service or product in a way that your competitors are not able to serve them or provide products for them that they are looking for. Being visible is about bringing the solution or solution to the table, even if that solution is initially for free. So the more you put yourself out there, the more that you are authentic and real, the better chances that you will find the exact right clients or customers for you. It allows you to invite in the demographic that you are specifically looking to sell to for your products and services. So there's a lot of ways that we can increase our visibility, and today we're going to cover some of them. The first thing that I'd like you to consider as a business owner is to create a Google page. That way, you're easily able to be found. People can find you when they're searching things on Google more easily. And it's a place where you can house reviews from your past clients or customers. The more reviews that you have on a Google page, the more likely it is that somebody is going to want to work with you or purchase your service or product. Another way to get visible is to have social media accounts, and there's a lot of different types of social media you can do. There's LinkedIn and Alignable and Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and YouTube and Twitter, and even more than that. Figure out which of the social media is most likely to have your demographic of customers or clients on, and focus on that one first. I always say to start small and then grow into something bigger so that you can feel as though it's manageable as you go. If you start off trying to do all of the social medias all at once, it can feel a little bit overwhelming and it can be a little bit harder to stay consistent with it. So I recommend finding one social media account that you really want to put effort into and stay consistent with that, and then add another social media account in there. I think that a really great one to start with is Facebook, because it's something that most people are familiar with, and most likely you already have a personal Facebook account. So managing a business Facebook account will feel relatively easy for you. I also want you to use a CRM to track your networking and connections. So a CRM is a client relationship management tool, and I highly recommend the HubSpot CRM because it's free to start with, and it's the most easy to use basic one that you can use. This is a way that you can track who you've met with and who you've networked with, and be able to remind yourself that you want to network with them again, or be able to see who you can introduce people to in your network. This is also a way for you to put people into your CRM who might be potential clients and see where they are in that pipeline, and make sure that you're continuing to connect with and reach out to them. One of the biggest tools that you can use for visibility is to collect client or customer testimonials. Testimonials are gold as far as visibility is concerned, because you can use them as social media posts. You can highlight them when you're giving talks or when you're presenting at networking groups. You can also feature them on your website. When you have testimonials and they're Google reviews or Facebook reviews or alignable reviews, that's something that can also make you stand out. And I would invite you to not only request written testimonials, also request video testimonials. Those video testimonials can give that extra boost of shared humanity between your potential clients and your current clients. Again, like I said, having these testimonials is something that we can have featured on our website. And having a website is a really important part of visibility. When we have a website, we have somewhere where people can go to learn more about the products or services that we offer and who we are as business owners. So if you don't have a website yet, I highly recommend that you make that a focus of what you are creating and allow it to be simple and easy for the people to navigate that come to your site. Another simple, easy way that we can have a deeper connection with the people that we're connecting with is by having a digital business card. Paper business cards are not completely outdated yet. We still need those too, but a digital business card allows for people to access us digitally in a way that is convenient for them without needing to have that paper card in hand. I have a digital business card at the bottom of my email signature. I also typically put a QR code at the end of every PowerPoint presentation that I do that links to a digital business card. And as a part of that digital business card, not only do I have it linked to my website and my phone number and different ways that people can connect with me, I also have a link there to book a networking call for me. So if somebody scans my digital business card through a QR code, they're able to then make time with me to be able to network with me, and we can learn about each other's businesses. This makes it really easy for clients and customers to get in touch with you and to make purchases of your services or products. Another way that we can grow our visibility is by featuring or thanking our customers or clients. It's always really great if we can show the face of people that we have served, either by products or services, because that creates the human connection and it allows other people to see themselves as our potential clients or customers. One of my favorite ways to grow visibility is through purposeful networking. So I'm a member of Business Networking International, which is my favorite way to network because their philosophy is givers gain. So they are attracting members into their chapters who want to support and give to other businesses around them. And I am a deep believer in the law of circulation and the law of prosperity. What does purposeful networking look like to me? Well, it means that you are dedicating time on a weekly basis to network with people that are other businesses that you potentially could make connections for, or they could potentially make connections for you. Whenever I go into a networking call, I have 3 questions that I always ask in order to make a minimum of 3 new connections for that person from my own personal network. I ask them, who's your ideal client? And describe your perfect client and the product or service that they're purchasing from you. Then I ask them, who is your ideal referral partner and what business do they typically have? So when I ask real estate agents who your ideal referral partner is, they typically say loan officers or property managers or anybody that's in the trades like plumbers or people that are doing construction. The third question that I ask is, what are the characteristics of the people that you love to network with? When I ask these 3 questions, it allows me to make those new connections for people. And this supports them in broadening their network. And it also supports the people in my network to broaden their network. Whenever you network or attend a networking event or are interacting with people, always have a clear ask. And this way you have something that they are able to give back to you. You've just networked with them, you've asked them the 3 questions, you have those 3 connections, and then they're going to ask you, how can I support you in your business? Have that clear ask. Is it that you want to be connected to people that have podcasts or speaking opportunities? Maybe you want to be connected to an ideal referral partner. Maybe you have an event or a class and you'd like them to share about that on their social media. Whatever that ask is, make sure that it's really clear and it's simple, and that you give them the tools that they need in order to be successful at meeting your ask. As we grow our visibility, it's incredibly important that we are authentic and that we are ourselves, and that we show our humanity and we show our who we really are out in the world. So network with people that you feel comfortable with and people that you feel like you can really show who you are. The other thing that I think is a really big key to growing visibility is being willing to say yes. So you may get options in your business to network in new places, to meet new people, to speak on different stages, do podcasts, participate in group events or things like that. And there can be this hesitation and this fear of getting visible, or this fear of being judged if we don't do things well. And that can hold us back and actually cause us to say no to opportunities that could be really amazing for our business. So unless something is literally going to harm you or other people, I'd like you to take a moment and check in with yourself and see if the thing that's holding you back from saying yes is a fear of being really successful or a fear of failure. If those 2 things are the thing that's holding you back from saying yes, I invite you to consider saying yes instead of no. Because when we say yes, we open a door, and we are much more likely to take advantage of those visibility opportunities when we do say yes. So how might you be holding yourself back from really being visible? Well, some people believe that if they're really visible, that they may come off salesy or inauthentic or fake. And I want you to know that the more you are visible and authentic to yourself, the less likely that you will come off fake or salesy. A lot of people worry that they won't sound good enough or look good enough to be that visible. And guess what? We have shared humanity, and it's worth taking the risk to try something new and maybe not do it perfectly the first time than to not try at all. For a lot of people, it's self-doubt or questioning themselves, which leads to analysis paralysis, which keeps them from being visible. And I want you to know that you don't have to be confident that you'll be successful in whatever visibility that you're trying to do. What you can do is be confident in your willingness to try. And being confident in your willingness to try and figure it out can be enough to get us into the yes boat to continue to work on our visibility. So how do we release this fear that is around being visible? Well, the first thing I want you to do is I want you to reassure yourself. This can look like speaking to yourself in a nice way. It can literally look like giving yourself a hug and telling yourself that it's going to be okay. Reassure yourself that you're willing to try, that you're willing to try to figure out how to make it work, and willing to step up in your visibility in order to take the next step in your business. And that you're right there with yourself. You're not alone because you're there with yourself. Another way to overcome fear of being visible is to take baby steps. So start small and then grow into bigger things, right? So if you're just starting with social media, start with posts to begin with, and then give yourself a deadline to grow into doing lives. If you're just starting with speaking, start with being on a panel or going on a podcast, and then grow into being a featured speaker. Figure out what next small step you can take in order to keep growing your visibility. Also, remember, you're the one that's making this choice about being visible or not. So guess what? You're in control. You're in the driver's seat. Nobody's forcing you to be more visible than you want to be. So the more you feel like you're in control, the safer you will feel. Also, believe in your vision more than the fear. Okay, so if you have a vision for the world that you want to live in someday, like I want to live in a world of people that are gentle and kind and compassionate to themselves. And because they are that way to themselves, they are able to be that way to others. My biggest focus on that is to support entrepreneurs in being kind, compassionate, and gentle with themselves while being successful in their business. So what is your vision for the world? And is that vision stronger in your mind than the fear of being visible? Remind yourself that you are worthy of this visibility. You're a human being on this planet. You have this amazing light inside of you for you to share with others, and people are just waiting to hear your story. So you are definitely worthy of being visible. And lastly, I want to invite you to ask for support or help when you need it. There are amazing organizations and people out there that support people becoming visible all the time. We can even ask our friends and families and colleagues to help support us as well. If you are teaching a class for the first time or giving a talk for the first time, invite people that you know and love and are supportive to be there to support you on this visibility journey. In closing, I want to remind you to take a moment today to recognize at least one thing that you appreciate about yourself. You're doing a rock star job at growing your business, and you deserve that appreciation. Thank you for joining me, Coach Arliss, on Building Business with Soul. If you'd like to learn more about how I support entrepreneurs, please check out my website, soullutions.com. That's SOULLUTIONS.com. Join me next week where we'll dive into more soulful approaches to business.